Morning, it is time to get up with Packers problems. Rodgers ready, but who's he going to throw to in the biggest game of the year? It's tomorrow night. Plus, the D in Big D stands for decision. What to do about Dak as the Cowboys steamroll towards Sunday night. And then, how about them Browns? Is it possible it doesn't matter who starts at QB in Cleveland? And if so, what does that mean? Those are the questions. We've got all the answers as we get up with you starting right now. Kmart is back and better than ever. Neek is ready to go today. Oh, and David Pollack is here to talk some football this morning. College and pro, there's a ton to get to, and we will get to it. But, ladies and gentlemen, we begin with a game of the night. The pomp, the pageantry, game one of the World Series, the Astros and the Braves. Dusty Baker, a lifer. He was on deck when Hank Aaron hit number 715. He's in search of his first ever World Series, but he would hate the way this game would start. Bang! That's Jorge Soler with a solo home run, the first batter of the game. He's the first player ever to homer in the first plate appearance of a World Series. Braves up 1-0, and they weren't done. Later in the inning, runners at second, one out. That's a gapper. Austin Riley sends it to left center. Ozzie Albies will come around to score. Braves up early, 2-0. Bottom of two. Watch this play. Hey, all my football players, you want to see how tough this guy is? Charlie Morton on the mound. Bam, that is right off the leg. Now, Freddie Freeman is going to pick it up at first. Forget about that. Watch the shot that Morton takes. He had a right fibula fracture. He stayed in the game. He threw 16 more pitches. He's hobbling, he's fighting, he's staying out there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Adam Duvall, bam. That's a two-run shot. Braves take a 5-0 lead. Framber Valdez out for the night. That was his evening. Bottom of three, Morton is still out there. Altuve goes down, but now he just can't do it anymore. You see the leg again. He broke his fibula. He's out for the rest of the World Series. He threw 16 pitches with a broken leg in Game 1 of the World Series. Bottom of 8, Braves leading 6-2. Tyler Matzik doing the pitching with 2 outs. That one might be. It could be. It isn't. And watch the play. The perfect bounce, the perfect throw, the perfect tag. They get him. Gurriel is out at second. Rosario is fired up. The Braves do everything right. They take game 1 6-2. Let's hear from the managers.
We've been through this many times this year, losing key components to our club. I mean, really key components. And we're going to continue to, it's not going to be an excuse or anything else. We're going to go out and continue to try and win games.
Our team doesn't worry, and our team's very confident. And we have the knack of bouncing back after losses, after tough losses, because they don't quit, they don't give up, they don't get down, and that's the secret of sports.
All right, so this is the 7th time that the Braves have won Game 1 of a World Series. They've only gone on to win the series 2 of the previous 6. Once was 1995, the other was 1914. The Astros dropped to 0-4 all-time in Game 1 of World Series, including 2017, when they went on to beat the Dodgers. Much more on this game as we continue. But our other top story, more bad news for the Green Bay Packers. They have one of the biggest games of the year tomorrow night. And now, not only will they likely be without Davante Adams, but Allen Lazard goes on the COVID reserve list. So they are decimated at receiver. Aaron Rodgers, what are we going to do?
There's a little bit of a shock factor for sure when it's Davante, but we dealt with it last year. We're maybe slightly more healthy than some of the other teams as far as not having as many cases, but there have been cases here. We've dealt with them, but when I heard 17, I was hoping that it was going to be one of those false positives for sure.
All right, it's a disaster, right? I mean, the bottom line of it is, look at the numbers. So you got Davante Adams. He has 744 yards receiving. That's more than basically everybody else combined. But Allen Lazard is next, and now he's down. So they have basically I'm not going to say they have no one to throw to. That's an overstatement and unfair to the others. But clearly they go into this game enormously shorthanded in a game in which they were an underdog anyway, Dominique Foxworth. What do we say now about the Packers' chances of winning? What these teams are combined 13-1.
It's slim, and I know we've been pointing to the idea that they've been 6-0 without Adams before, but this offense has never been more reliant on Adams than they are at this moment. Then you put on top of it, the opponent matters. Like, they didn't just beat some slouches when they were 6-0. I think they beat Kansas City, but Matt Moore was the quarterback back then. Now they're playing against the best team in football. Like, from an efficiency standpoint, they have the best defense, and from a scoring standpoint, they have the best defense. Efficiency standpoint, they have the fourth best offense. They're going to score 30 points. Can Aaron Rodgers score 30 plus, maybe 40 points without his top two receivers? My guess is no, but I'm sure he's looking forward to the opportunity to kind of put on a big show on Thursday night in prime time in front of all of us.
Well, that's the thing, Kmart. The world will write them off. They'll write him off. What do you think?
Well, it does not shock me that Dominique would come on this show and start the show with such negativity. Of all the people, for him to question and doubt. Aaron Rodgers, what did we spend all offseason talking about? How dare the Packers treat this man this way? He's Aaron Rodgers. There's only one. And here, my friend.
I mean, we spent the whole offseason talking about it, and then when they showed up on week 1 and got boat raced by the Saints, who aren't even that good. So, like, I understand. Did you see the press conference? That press conference, Aaron Rodgers was a step away from singing some Usher. There goes my baby.
Wow.
There she goes, because he lost no one receiver.
Sorry for that.
That was just for you. You insulted my singing before the show, so I'm bringing it on air.
Under no circumstances should you ever do that again.
No.
David Pollack, let me come to you on all this. I've had people saying to me, if anyone can do this, Aaron Rodgers can do it. Can he do it?
I have a hard time buying it. Neek made a good point playing the Cardinals. Yeah, but we talked about it all offseason too. And why was he unhappy? Because he didn't have weapons. Well, he always had 17, but I mean, the next most dependable guy, Lazard, is dependable. That dude blocks in the run game. He's going to be a dependable two you can trust. And now he's gone. Valdez-Scan's been on IR. Like, yes, I know they brought back Randall Cobb and got that band back together, but that ain't the Randall Cobb of old, man. I think he's in trouble. This is the best 1-2 punch in all of football with him and Devontae Adams. And now it's just a one with Aaron Rodgers. So we're gonna see on display how great Aaron Rodgers is. If he carries this unit to a win, good Lord, we got a whole new meaning of relax.
Yeah, we're going to focus on Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Exactly.
But the real problem, I think, is on the other side of the ball. Their defense has not been great. They have a lot of big names, a lot of talented guys, but they haven't come together. And the problem is, it's not like they're going up against some slouch on offense. Kyler Murray is playing as good as anybody is. This team is loaded as far as talent is concerned, and they're going to score points. Can Aaron Rodgers keep up with an average team without his top two weapons? Maybe. Can he keep up with a great team, which is how the Cardinals are playing right now, without his top two weapons? My answer is it's going to look as bad as my singing was just a few moments ago.
That's quite a statement. Trust me. But Kimberly, I feel like you didn't get to finish your thought. I feel like you were leading up to saying you think Aaron Rodgers can do it. He can pull this win out. He can knock the Cardinals from the ranks of the unbeaten.
I think there are certain quarterbacks that defy reason and logic. Yeah. And we've talked about Tom Brady being in that type of caliber as well. Aaron Rodgers is in there. There's a reason those Hail Mary passes, there's a reason we don't go to sleep when the Packers are down, because you have Aaron Rodgers. Yes, they need their defense to get off the bus and stop the Cardinals. Yes, they need Aaron Jones. They don't have their DC Joe Barry. So